Okay, that's us live, it says. Let us know in the chat. How many people do we have? 12. So let us just know in the chat and then we'll get stuck in, will we? So you guys just let us know what's going on and then hopefully. Oh, I have to refresh it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I think that's also all good. I'll just turn my microphone up a touch. It sounds quite low to me, if I'll be honest with you. Alright, so there we go. That's a nice sound, isn't it? It's a very nice sound for Friday night. Oh. So, look, guys, I want to show you guys the updates. I want to go over with them, and please, 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 can I get some feedback, guys? Hold on, let me get this up here. 1 second. I'll show you guys my feedback form. Okay, so look, this is the one I put up. Oh, I got responses. I've got 2 responses. Oh my god, guys, I've got 2 responses. Oh my god. Uh, D20. I like D20. Honestly, I like it. I enjoy it. So look, first up, all you gotta do is if you haven't already downloaded it, go ahead. Link down below. Just click there. I'll put the link in. It's completely free. So there you go. What you're gonna get is once you get that, you're gonna get a download link, and this download link is here. You got the character sheets, you got the Death March demo, and you got some pre-gens. I know, big sad. But anyway, look, so we've got version 1.0 and version 1.1, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. I'm still going to keep like the earlier versions, you know what I mean? Because I think it's always good for like a bit, you know what I mean, going back and seeing how things have changed over time. Also, if any of you guys have actually been to play, I would love to hear that. Definitely would love a story time. If that's something you guys are interested in. So look, I don't know if I should go over all of it again. Should I just run through the demo again? Should this be a complete new one, or should I only touch upon the updates? You know what I mean? You guys let us know. You know what? I'll just go for it. And the other thing is, I'll go back. So the pre-gens I've got at the minute we have Arthur Hall, English officer. We have Charles Jones, the Australian rifleman, and we have George Flynn, the Welsh sapper. So we do. So there's a couple more that I'm gonna do. Can't wait to thrash Billie Jean in the new Somme offensive in Berlin by November. Yeah, so that's one thing I'm actually working on. So actually, you know what? I'll get up the. So I was working on a timeline of events for World War I, right? Let me just open this up. Open up the other one. All right, you guys give me 1 second. And I was thinking, so the timeline events is kind of cool. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of interesting. However, I think it could be done better. So here, I'll get up. This is the full version of the game. This is completely the full one, although it's slightly out of date. But so we've got World War I in chronological order that I've been working on, and it's just been like play by play of the greatest bits. But what I was really thinking about doing is why don't I turn all these into plot hooks? You know, why does like I think that would be really cool. Um, I think it'd actually be really cool, and I really like the idea of people being able to play right from June 1919. You know what I mean? Is it a long way to Tipperary? It's actually not that far for me. It's honestly you get to Tipperary in about even with traffic you'll get there within 4 to 5 hours. So sadly, no, it's not a very long way to Tipperary. But for Northern Ireland standards, to Americans, it's not a long way. But to me, I would say it's still kind of a long way. Yeah. So that's something I would really like the idea of, like doing like a plot hook gen leader of well, not a gen leader, but like I think you could easily light up Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and I'm really thinking about doing like a partisan sort of class as well. I think that would be really cool. So I think that's definitely something you could do. You know, I don't know how you could do like Austria-Hungary declares war on Russia. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff couldn't be done. But even if you did just one big thing, for each month, all over by Christmas, exactly, exactly. I think that. You know what? Will I do the mini game? Will I make the football mini game? Give some figs. Give some figs. You know, so that's something that I've been working on. And then so I think I'm gonna do that. So I think it would be really cool. Here I'll show you some of the other stuff that I've been working on in the main document. So here I've been doing like so you guys know that I decided like all rifles are the same because look at how like America really wasn't in the war for all that long, and look at the amount of rifles. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. Am I really going to do one, two, three, four, five, six different Winchesters? No, I didn't add Monster Girls. I'll add Monster Girls, Garbo, whenever you add George Bush. How does that sound? Sound like a deal? When you add George Bush, then I'll do that. Does that sound fair? But anyway, oh yeah. So that's something I actually added in the thingy. So I have. So I've been working a bit more on. Fuck, sorry. Let me open this up again. Unprepared as always. Right. So there we go. And we go to Death March. We'll go to this is the second one. So I updated the setting a wee bit. The story so far. So what every soldier knows, right? And then we've got like what will be learned by High Command by the end of successfully completing this demo. Vastry knows I want, yeah. So that's like an idea of what the party will know, and of course, what the party will know will be what High Command know. Well, that's if you choose to, anyway. But then we've got a quick overview of Britain, France, and Germany. Now, I'm setting this in like late March 1919, so I am. So there's a bit of that. I have been thinking about doing like an Easter Rising, but I feel like it would get very political very quickly. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that. Craig roll D20 with -10 modifier to communication with Balkan. Yeah, yeah, I've actually got something like that. Well, it's not that, but I do have something for one of the I think it was like Romania or something like that. I think I have. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is something that you could easily just get, like, just give that to your players, and that's what you know of what's going on. Like, that's all your players should know. And if you're say if you're playing like a German, if you're playing a French, whatever, that's more some of other stuff. Now the other bit that I put in was Germany has fallen apart. Generals act more like warlords over their former areas of command, attempting to hold the nightmare back. Although they are still in France, the generals under this confederation of General Mackinson, you guys will know. Let me just show you who General Mackinson is, because I think honestly he's the one that would make the most sense after the other ones got kicked out. Yeah, you know this guy. Yeah, let me see. Can you see him? Kind of, not very well. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. Yeah, so that's who I've kind of went for to be in charge more of the Germans at the moment. And I kind of think that makes the most sense to me anyway. Honestly, General Mackinson is probably the most competent commander of World War One by a big margin. I don't know why he isn't like well, he is talked about, but I feel like he's one of the few generals that never really got into politics. I feel like a lot of the other, particularly like Hindenburg and whatnot. Well, Hindenburg does that later on. But they don't really get in. He just goes in and does the job, and he does the job really fucking well. So he does. I really like Mackinson. I think he's probably. It would either be a tough one between him and no, well, the other guy that I've got isn't a general, so I can't really put him in. But I'm going to say leadership. Probably Arthur Curry. He's probably up there for me. I would say Arthur Curry is up there, but because he was in charge of the Canadians and all that, he didn't. Technically, he wasn't a general. All right, so he doesn't get that rank. You know what I mean? for their competence, basically. Well, you see, this is one of the things I find really interesting is Haig. Haig is known as a bitcher and is known as to us as greatly incompetent. However, people at the time thought he was doing a great job, and honestly, see Haig in the last few months of the war, he's honestly probably one of the best generals easily. He really does learn what he's doing, and it isn't really until later on until he see, this is a problem. Would have he been amazing if he didn't if he didn't wasn't in charge of things like the Psalm? You know what I mean? And it's a tough one to talk about. And again, he gets involved in politics like most of the other generals in World War I, and it kind of gets messy. But yeah, this is what's going on in the home front. This is again okay. The average German isn't going to know that, but I think you could feed this information to your players if they're British, if they're French, if they're German, and of course I'm going to expand upon them a lot more. And I really want to spend a bit more time. I've still got like the set notes that are rough there, but I've kind of just formatted them a bit better, and again, like if you don't like any of this stuff, you can just fuck it all out the window because it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's up to you guys and what you guys want to do. It's your game for God's sake. But anyway, look, let's go on down. I've reworded some stuff, but for the most part, this is all pretty much exactly the same. That needs to be moved. How did I miss that? Again, pretty much all the same. That needs to move. How did I fuck this up? Infections. No, this is something that I did add, though. Where is it? I did add in... Wait, where is it? I'll come across it. But anyway, I added in the dismemberment chart, so I did. And I don't know why I didn't put it in the first place because I was really thinking about doing it anyway. There infections, luck, lesson, how to make a character. Doesn't matter. It'll show up. There we go, dismemberment. So I put that in. All right, man, how you getting along? Garpin and Genghis Khan. I've been really thinking about doing that. I don't know what to do with him. I've been really tempted. Should he be a cultist, it would really make a lot of sense for him to be one of the high priests. However, the way I've been kind of working a lot of the adventures over in the East has been from the perspective of the whites, because they're the ones they've been getting funded by the rest of the allies. That army really wasn't, and I've been really framing. So, for instance, I'll just show you guys. I'll go back up. I kind of did the same thing that they do in, with what do you call it, syphilis? Okay, so what's going on in Britain? Heavily reliant on great superstition as lies and firmly believe the blame is of communists and Germans. What do the French think? The French view the scourge is the same as the British, where this was caused by Germans and communists. People with German sounding second names are killed in random acts of violence and are tarred and feathered in many French towns and villages. And then what do the Germans have to think about it? The average German believes this curse was brought on by the Anglo and the French. There you go. You know what I mean? You know the way. So what was it? It was syphilis. Whenever syphilis showed up, it was the Spanish plague. No, it was the British. It's the French. It's the German. It's the Italian. It's you know what I mean. They just every country that they didn't like the most at the time. Then therefore, they went for it. Well, here there's more than that to that. So we did a bit more of a timeline. We added the dismemberment chart, and so this is pretty much all the same. Character creation is pretty much all the same. Combat's pretty much all the same. All the same. Same. I moved some artwork there, so I did feats. I'm thinking about I might get rid of a lot of these feats if I be honest with you. See feats that are just a +1. Borgen, if I be honest with you. However, I really like this. Like when suffering a strike and your shield absorbs all of that damage, you may attempt a counter strike on the enemy's turn. I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. I don't really like see it's just +1s. and +2s to like rolls when it comes to feats. They're boring as sin, and I'm really thinking about just cutting them all together. So, I think he would be a lot of fun, but I feel like he would make for such a good villain that it would be hard not. It's like Rasputin, man. There's no way I can't not put in Rasputin. There's no way. There's no way. Well, again, like maybe Siberia could be would be the perfect place because Germany, like the way I view it, the way the Germans went about spreading communism into Russia, it's kind of like I think it was what's his name, Dan Cargan said it best. He said it's like when you heat your next door neighbor, so you set their apartment on fire, and then the fire slowly spreads to your apartment. And that's kind of what happens with Germany. Wait, you put Lenin on a train to Russia? What? So anyway, I might cut a lot of these feats. I don't like +1s, but I do like stuff like cleave when killing a target in one strike every enemy within 5 feet for the same amount of damage. You know what I mean? You hit them all. I think that's pretty cool. I like that sort of stuff. Classes. Not much has changed, although I changed the rifleman, so I did, to the bayonet charge. When stab with your bayonet, roll 1d4. The result is how many times you stab with your bayonet. So before it was just you could shoot and use your bayonet, whereas this time you can shoot and then you can also get like up to 4 stabs in, which I think's pretty cool. I like that. That's also because, well, you guys will find out, I've added in, before it was just one-handed melee weapons and two-handed melee weapons. I've really tried to improve them, and I've really tried. I hope you guys will like this. So the melee weapons I've added: billhook, bayonet, brass knuckles, claymore. The claymore is more of a meme than anything, by the way, guys. But like when it comes to like undead and stuff, it might make sense maybe. But like it's still kind of a meme. The problem is the Scottish call them claymores anyway. So a lot of the time, if you're reading accounts, particularly from Scottish, whenever they're just referring to like an officer's sword, they just call claymores. It's a bit of a pain in the deck. But, because whenever I think Claymore, I think of, like, a Zweihander, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. But I just put the Claymore in because they laugh against that much, and it's one of those ones that's like, fuck it, I'm not above players having fun, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I went for. So, what do they all do? So, billhook, bayonet, brass knuckles, claymore, entrenching tool, short sword essentially, leading hammer, hatchet, officer sword, machete, pickaxe, stiletto, trench knife, and trench leading club. So, claymore, I'm sorry, it's Jack Churchill, been born early. No, he's World War II, I believe, so he wasn't he? He's the guy with the thingy. So anyway, look, what does a claymore do? So it's a 2d12. Now, the reason why I did this as well was because firearms were just far too strong. Why would you ever get into melee in this game? Ever, because it just didn't really add up, but people still want melee. So I was more like, and again, the biggest thing is melee was really common in World War One. Like, once you get into someone else's trench, you are going into melee, almost automatically. And they're all kicking the fuck out of each other. Well, see, a trenching tool was just a one-handed one, but I kind of put the pickaxe and the shovel together, just because essentially they're more of a tool to be used, but you can use it as a weapon. So I decided to just roll it all into one instead of having to have a pickaxe and a shovel if you want to do digging. You've just got, they're both, gameplay wise, they operate the same. You know what I mean? So let's see, what do they do? So bill hook, I've used this more as a pole arm, even though the bill hooks that they used would have been more like daggers, like a long curved dagger. But this is essentially to contest a strength check with advantage on bringing enemies to the ground. So you can knock people off horses. You can, if you wanted to, say, take some enemies, or you wanted to like get them hostages, for instance, that's probably going to be your best bet for. And you've also got 10-foot range on it, so it's more like a pole arm. Bayonet can be attached to rifles and shotguns. Now, I have seen bayonets on submachine guns and pistols, but they're kind of memes, and I kind of just can't see myself doing this. I just can't bring myself to do that. So bayonets are only on rifles and shotguns. I'm going to say that's up to your DM. If you want to put a bayonet on anything, yeah, you could do it. But I'm gonna let the DM be decide. Brass knuckles. Brass knuckles are incredibly common. They're one of the weapons that are never spoken about. So again, they're one-handed. Can use one in each hand. Easily concealable. Roll 1d4 at the start of your turn, and that's how many strikes you have with each one. So it's only 1d4 damage, but like, you could be hitting up to 8 times, and that's the thing. Like, you're battling someone, you're going to be going like fuck, like, you're on top of someone, like smashing their teeth in. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be able to get a ton of hits in, and that's why I kind of wanted to add that roll instead of doing it in the way of, instead of having like, okay, you can attack this amount of time or that amount of times, like, nah, just go for it at the start, and then that's how many times you can hit with it. You know what I mean? Claymore, pretty sweet. I really like it. So 2d12, two-handed decapitation, damage dice on 20 plus, or if you've got 20 plus damage, you go on dismemberment chart. Yeah, I think they were, honestly. I've seen them, but I don't. I have seen them, but it just isn't really something that. I don't know if it was a bit of a meme. I don't know much they were in use. Like, there is bayonets on pistols, for instance, which is kind of ridiculous, but they did exist. Like, people did do it. I can almost see the idea of like a bayonet on like a flintlock. Like, think like pirates. You know what I mean? Like, the way they would have like just one shot, so they would have like 6 pistols. I can kind of see that making sense in that regard. But again, why not just use your sword? Because that's what they had. You know what I mean? French started reporting huge. As Germans started using battle axes, turns out they were sharpening their shovel blades. Oh yeah, well that makes sense. Well, that's what we've got in Trenching Tool. It's only 1d6, 5 ring, one-handed. Used to dig and fortify positions. You can get 10 square foot, which I think it's reasonable, of earth moved within 8 hours unless used by a sapper or Welsh. So if you're using the engineering class or you're Welsh, you can dig way more. So you can, I think that goes up to 30 foot. And if you're a Welsh sapper, that stacks again, So I thought that was pretty good for you. So a short sword, pretty much the same as the officer sword. It's just a wee bit weaker. So instead of the officer sword, it's a 1d10. It's a 1d6. Wait, does that say 16? Okay, that's okay. I'll change that. So I will. The American Civil Navy has bleed pistols. Some anime shit. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. They never seem to really take off though. It seems to be something that wasn't really like, yeah, it existed, but I mean, I'm just gonna let the DM, like the players, decide if they want. If you want to do it, that's up to you. But it's not really something I'm gonna go out of my way for. You know what I mean? If one of my players asks, they can do it. I'm okay with it. But like officially, I'm just not putting it in. But like, if one of my players turns around and says, "You, can I put bayonets on it?" Yeah, sure, whatever. Because again, a trench knife. We'll just get up what a trench knife looks like, which is exactly a trench knife is brass knuckles with a knife on it. You know what I mean? So there you go. You know what I mean? So like, they're not the idea isn't too out there. You know what I mean? Oh, where are we? We're back to here. So anyway, short sword, same as an officer sword. Hammer, one-handed, 2d6. Ignores armor now. I like that. Ignores armor. Can be used as a tool. Ignores half of all damage rolls. Oh, that shouldn't be there. That's another mistake. What have I done? Okay, look, we'll fix it. You guys get what I'm trying to say. Anyway. So when used two-handed, it turns from a 2d6 to a 2d8 if you're using it in two hands. Hatchet can be used as a tool, thrown up to 30 foot. With magic, it's not outside the realm of possibility for 4 maybes to start adopting weird. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, they're fighting different enemies at the same time. They're fighting enemies that are mostly in melee. They're fighting a very different enemy. So the idea that the weapons would change or the soldiers on the ground would adapt to them surroundings, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Makes complete sense. But again, I feel like if I put in stuff like that, if I really go out there, and if I really go wacky, there's going to be about 1 billion history nerds that are going to be actually, James, this isn't exactly you guys get the dilemma I'm in. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go both ways. I'm not over when it comes to it, I really want to try and keep historically accurate within reason. However, if it's something that I think is going to be really fun, I'm going to put it in. So, for instance, like a good satchel chargers. Satchel chargers did not exist in World War I. But fuck that. I think my players will really enjoy it. You know what I mean? Tell me they're not going to enjoy it. You know? You can make maybe a special modifier version of the German Mauser that has a grip spike for melee rather than a barrel mounted bayonet akin to holding. And you could do that. You could. But again, that's a very different from pistol. You know what I mean? Because they had the big stock on it. But anyway, we got a machete. It's alright. It has a decapitation. It's kind of like the Claymore, so it is. Pickaxe, again, same as the intervention tool. It's more of a tool, but you can also still smack people with it. Stiletto, it's just a dagger, easily concealable. Trench knife, it acts kind of similarly to the brass knuckles, but a wee bit stronger, and it doesn't hit as many times. One-handed, you can use one in each hand. Roll 1d2 for each trench knife. The result is so you can get 4 hits, essentially, which, yeah, not bad if you wanted to dual wield it. And the club is one-handed, 2d8, ignores armor, and when used in 2 hands becomes 2d10, which is quite a hefty boy, if I be honest with you. And then, of course, all the ranged weapons have pretty much the same player choice. What is this madness? Well, you see, this is one of the things that I've tried to go for. I've tried to make all of the abilities fun for players, and again, because it doesn't have a strict leveling system, I've tried it, you can either roll for 2, you can choose one, if you want to build a specific class, but I want each, because you die so easily in this game, I really want players to still feel powerful at the same time. For instance, I see a group that's working really well together. See the officer. The officer's so broken, it's not even funny. Messenger pigeon, gain 3 messenger pigeons. See the stat block. You can literally, the artillery in this may as well be called Nookstein. You know what I mean? You can literally call Nook. That's essentially what they are. It's like 1,000 points of damage. You know what I mean? If you're out in the open, that's 200 radius. You're literally, there will not be anything left of them. You know what I mean? And then you've got take aim. Choose one target for your men within 30 feet of you. They get advantage until your next turn. So you're pretty much forfeiting your turn, and you are telling everyone to attack this one target, and everyone gets advantage. That is very strong. I think that is very, very, very strong, especially during boss fights. And the way criticals and stuff add up, you'll see. You know what I mean? I think that's really nasty, so it is. But again, it's kind of what you want. If Tommies can make grenades out of tins of corned beef or jam, can we bet you can make yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm really on board. See, this is the thing with World War One, the idea of personal loadouts and being able to no, you got your uniform, you got what was given to you, and that is it. There's been a lot of, the only little modifications to weapons that I've seen is people slating their bayonet, and that was you just don't do that. Because again, if you're doing it, then other people are going to do it, and also make your target for the enemy. If the enemy finds you with a sweet bayonet, they will ruin you know what I mean? They will specifically fuck you up, you know what I mean? If they find out you're doing it, it's it's kind of tit for tat. It's almost like what you're seeing in Ukraine at the minute, where it's oh, one side's committed horrible war crimes. I guess we're gonna have to commit more horrible war crimes to even the stakes. Oh, they've committed horrible war crimes. Let's do it again. You know what I mean? It's you guys get it. You know what I mean? It's not great, So anyway, this stuff's pretty much all the same. I haven't really changed much of it, bar really the weapons. So we'll just go on down here. You know what? There's a few things I could fix. I'm thinking about putting in more land vehicles, if I be honest with you. But I don't want to see. The problem is I want to keep more stuff for the main document. Get a horse as a mount. And are there sentient tanks? Well, yeah, there is sentient tanks. So I'll go over to the main document. So I will. So in the PDF, in the free version, you can get a Mark IV. You know what I mean? If you and the boys want to lock about in a Mark IV, you can get a Mark IV. You can get horses. One of the classes is a cavalryman. So, horses are definitely going to be a big thing. I've actually got camels as well, come to think of it, but like mechanically speaking, horses and camels aren't that different. There's some stuff that's different. Oh yeah, well, of course we got bikes. Don't you worry. Actually, you know what? I'll show you guys what I've got on the main document. So, traps, armors, vehicles. Here we go. What vehicles do we have? Horse, camel, cart, van, armored cars, tank, small, a big tank, armored train. Hold on. I just got an ad pop up on the thingy. Zeppelins, fighter plane, bomb plane, hot air balloon, um, dreadnought, light cruiser, battle cruiser, aircraft carrier, submarines. Like we're gonna put in as, and I'm gonna go a bit mad. I'm adding in tons more. Essentially, like this is a free version. This is everything, all the core rules that you're gonna be able to work with, and you're going to be able to play, but the main book is going to have so much more. Like at the minute, this is sitting on 42 pages. The main book at the minute, the way it's shaping up, I think is going to be closer to like 350 or so. So there's going to be a lot more stuff. Like tons and tons more stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. You know what I mean? I really I want to make a good cool book. You know what I mean? I think it will be the way it's going, and well, if I could get some more feedback, guys, just saying. So 0R, the adventure is pretty much the exact same. I haven't touched it. Monster manual. I haven't really changed anything. I've moved some stuff about. So special, I added that in, so I did, because I think it's different from an action. It's more just something specific to that specific monster, you know. Oh, he's the barbed man is the main enemy, and will shotguns be? No, I haven't done any of that sort of stuff. I really, honestly, see at the minute the shotgun's the best gun in the game by a big margin. If I be honest with you, see, anytime I've had players use it, it is the best by a. And I feel like I have to make it weaker, but at the same time, shotguns were really good for what they did. You know what I mean? So let me get the shotgun up. So the shotgun, first of all, you get a bayonet. Then you've got 3 different ammo loadouts that you can pick. You can pick slugs, 2d10, which again is kind of like if you want to use something like a rifle, you can. You load ahead. But if you're using buckshot and birdshot, suddenly you've got the equivalent of like a submachine gun, where you don't need to load ahead. Instead, you load a not jam. And there you go, buckshot, 2d8, 10 degree. So you got firing cone, you've got AoE damage. You know what I mean? 40 degree arc, 30. You know what I mean? 10 degrees at a 40-foot range, 30 degrees at a 30-foot range. Okay, the range ain't that good, but can you fight Hitler? Well, it's World War I, so I mean, we could put him in as like an NPC that exists, but I don't really know. See, the problem is I haven't really added Nazis into the game because Nazis just didn't exist in this time period. You know what I mean? It's March 1919. You could argue proto Nazis exist, and a lot of communists are very much related to the cultists in this game. So the idea of like a proto Nazi group makes complete sense. So slamfire for shotguns, if you choose. if your DM's cool about it, you know what I mean. But honestly, shotguns are stupid broken. I feel like I might have to tone them down just because they are very, very good. Honestly, so are the. The thing is, fixed machine guns. See the Vickers? Look at that. If you get caught out in that, you're dead. Range 200 foot, damage 2D100s. 2D100s at a 60-degree fire arc. You will die. Although you do need 2 crew to operate and 3 crew to actually move it. Do not load ahead, instead load to not jam. Uses a magazine every time it's being fed. That's actually where they get the term give them the whole 9 yards. I thought that was actually a really cool one. It comes from British British, like, fixed machine guns. Their amp magazines came in like linen strips. I would describe them as, and again, you guessed it, they came in 9 yards, 9 yards of ammunition per like belt, I suppose you can kind of call it. So there you go. I kind of like that one. Give them the whole 9 yards. I think that's a cool one. You know. Um, but yeah, there's not really much else I've added to that. So what I will do is I'll show you guys more of the main book. Now the main book is a wee bit. I haven't updated it as much. This is how much of the book is finished. If it's in green, it's done. I consider it done. Story and setting, that really needs reworded. Naval rules and aircraft rules, they need to be tested more. I'm happy with them. I just need to actually play them more for me to be happy with. All the classes I'm happy with. I think they're done, but I want to add more classes. As I said, like the partisan, the paratrooper. For instance, like paratroopers did not exist. However, we do have zeppelins, and zeppelins, I think, especially with this war, would at this point would make a big comeback. So the idea of paratroopers, I think, makes complete sense. I've got no issue. I think a paratrooper class would be really cool. So I'm going to put them in. And again, like, if the DM doesn't like it, they don't have to run it. You know what I mean? But I think a paratrooper class and a partisan, and there's a few others that I've got ideas for. However, I really want each class to feel unique, and I don't want any overlap. I don't want any class to feel the same. I don't want to put in like any class abilities that are the same. I want each class to be very much its own thing, and that's kind of where I'm at the minute with that. But I definitely want to add a lot more. So armory, that needs to be updated. We've got a load of weapons there. Armor list, other equipment, vehicles. Honestly, yeah, technically it's done, but I could add more vehicles. It's just everything that I've written down is done. Does that make sense? But I definitely think I could add more airplanes. Again, could definitely add a lot more, but I've kind of kept it generic because, again, there's so many different variations of aircraft in World War I. It's not even funny. So I've kind of just got it down to like fighter aircraft, bomber aircraft, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. Ships, I've kind of done the same thing with ships. So ships, you've got dreadnoughts, light cruisers, battle cruisers, aircraft carriers, and submarines. Wasn't there a war hero on the English side and American hero? It took on a whole German company. I think I remember that, but I don't. See, the problem is, I'm always kind of. I have a hard time with a lot of that sort of stuff because so much of it is wrapped up in myth to a certain extent. Like, do you want to hear something really fucked up? See, whenever I was doing the chronological order of World War I, see the amount of. Let me see if I can find it. September, fuck me, it's all August. Germans besieged, captured thingy. September. Battle of thingy. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it. No, well, what I'm trying to get at is, no one has any idea about the Battle of Mons. Like the first little British engagement. What day did it start on? I'm not even joking, there's about 5 different dates that people claim is the start of Mons. Did it count when it was just the British were there? Was that when the start of the battle happened? Was it when the Germans were there? Was it whenever they actually just made first contact? There's so many different counter. It's actually really bad, and to me, I've never really came across something like that when it's so modern. Like World War I is ridiculously modern. Like there was people alive, today that were alive during this. There's not many, but here it wasn't that long ago. That's what I'm trying to say. And the idea that we can't even pinpoint the actual date of a battle. And a big one of that, like the first real British engagement. What? How do we not? How is it so much? How? That's what gets me. Like, how is that even possible? But like, that's the thing. So I don't know. I've got a hard time maybe it's the schizo in me, you know. Maybe it's the schizo in me, and I have a hard time. Maybe it's just trusting government accounts. I don't know. But yeah, what you I don't know. We'll get there. So anyway, back up to what we have. So Monster Manual, that's going to be huge. I don't know how I'm going to finish that because the Monster Manual. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to show you guys something. Let me show you the Monster Manual for this other game that I'm working on, and you guys will get an idea of what I'm kind of like. So this is the document for the basic fantasy role-playing game that me and Titanweave are working on, or not Titanweave, sorry, fucking Lazy Titan. So I think it's really shaping up really nicely, but this is a long way away before we're able to show you guys. But I just want to show you the Monster Manual. So let me go down here. So let's go to A, Monster Manual, and let's just go down. Okay, let's just slowly go down. And okay, so how many do we have? Let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. You guys. Oh, here, yeah. No. Yeah, here. X cards. We at Neckbeardia do X cards, definitely. Get a stack of note cards and write toxic masculinity on the back. Whenever anything triggers or offends you, take the card, rip it in half, thus tearing apart toxic masculinity as you stare at the offended person with cold, hateful eyes for exactly 69 seconds. All other players are required by the ancient X card pact to chant "It's not your fault" and fight the power. The game should immediately end and GM should start handing out pirates and other hallucinogens along with copious amounts of alcohol and drums. All players must take their shirts off and begin to turn the gaming area into a sweat lodge. If it's an online game, then every player needs to make their own sweat lodge. Once complete, everyone must go on the vision quest for a better equity. If the X-wielder is a female, then the group should chant "Lick the problem, lick my clit." If male, then chant "Suck it up, suck my dick." So yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's our approach to X cards. So you know, hope you enjoy. You know, but look, to get back onto it, I'm not going to bother counting them up now. Let's just go down them. How many do we have? This is still A, by the way, guys. This is A. There we go. That's it. That's us. To Baba Yaga. You like that? So it's kind of over the top. But I think people will really like it, so I think it's worth doing. I think it's really shaping up to really be a really cool game at the minute. It's very similar to the WW1 game, but it's more just. It's pretty much it's very similar. However, it is reworked for a generic fantasy setting. You know, see, this is a problem that I've got. I would really like, you know, like, you know, if it came to it, I wouldn't be anything against the idea of, like, no, actually, I wouldn't. Even now, I just don't enjoy 5e, and I don't really like making stuff for 5e. But the idea is, I don't really trust any company to not shaft us in some way. So therefore, I have to make my own game. You know what I mean? I have to make my own game, essentially. If I don't want anyone to shaft us. Also, by the way, the reason why this game is being worked on so much more, because originally it was just like a back. It wasn't really something that we were doing properly. You know what I mean? It wasn't really something that we really were getting stuck into. It kind of got shelved for the most part. But the Four Worlds, these little system is a response to Wizards of the Coast and the OGL. Anyone can take and use everything from this document and adapt them to your world or setting. You don't have to add any legal text to use these rules. You can copy and paste this entire document and sell it. It's yours to do with as you will. You do not need to ask us to use these rules. This is completely open-ended. If you do choose to use this rules and set, it's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty much. If you do choose to like make something and sell it, and if I think it's cool, I'll help you promote it. Essentially, that's the way I want to do it. But honestly, I'm in no position to like chase after anyone. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you need a, you steal my stuff. No, honestly, I really want this to be as open-ended as possible. This is for everyone. So, honestly, the way we're doing it, we're probably not going to make the most amount of money off selling this game, if I be honest with you. But I think it's worthwhile doing, and we're going to be. Oh, I'm pretty sure we're almost giving away the PDF. You know, we will be charging for a physical copy of the book, but the PDF, we're pretty much giving it away. You know what I mean? And again, you can copy and paste this entire document, and you can use it for whatever you wish. You know what I mean? If you want to take some of it, that's up to you. I haven't really spoken much about this online because it's not really at the point where, you know, to really show it off per se. But this is just something I'm working on, you know. Actually, you know what? Well, I'll show you guys other stuff that I'm working on, because there's not really much else from the WW1 to show you guys. But again, look, this is a free download. Check it out. You'll get this. Just make sure you're on version 1.1 because that's the most up to date. What's the difference between OGL 1.2 and org? Can someone answer me? Different companies, but so they're going Creative Commons. Again, I don't trust them, and the only reason why they're doing it is because there's a big backlash. I just don't trust Wizards of the Coast, and again, I don't really trust other companies that are doing the whole orc license with Paizo. I don't trust them either. Yeah, things might be going well for them now, but when push comes to shove, are they going to shaft over everyone like Wizards? You know what I mean? I don't know. So that's why I've decided I have to make my own. I have to do it myself. There's no other way around it. And again, if you like Death March, if you enjoy Death March, you'll enjoy this one. But you know what? Actually, I'll show you guys some of the monsters. So I've used every monster from like mythology, and Ammon, as you would know, I've added the lesser demons of the demons of Solomon, or the key lesser. I can't remember the book, but I've added them in. I'm also going to be adding a load of other stuff, like a load of Cthulhu sort of stuff, and pretty much if it's in the public domain, I'm making a monster for it. You know. That's pretty much what we're going for, literally as much as we possibly can. And again, not all of them have stats. Well, you know what? I'll show you the zombie because the zombie's got stats. Actually, you know what? I won't bother. I'll show you guys some of the other ones. So, a red bull with glowing eyes. No, where is it? Oh no, I'll show you my favorite one. My favorite one that we got at the minute. It's an AOAO. This one here, AOAO. So an AOAO, a sheep but with large set of fangs. An AOAO gets its name from the sound it makes while pursuing its victim, howling AOAO. According to legend, the AOAO will relentlessly pursue its prey over any distance and terrain until it catches them. If the victim attempts to escape by climbing a tree, the AOAO will circle the trunk, constantly howling and digging at the roots until the tree falls, giving it access to its prey. I had to stop listening for a second to make food. No, you know, this is a different one. This is the generic fantasy. No, I'm not putting in a sheep, alright? I might put it a sheep. Like, you know, if we ever do a adventure set in Wales, I'll add in sheep. How does that sound? Some undead sheep. Um, hold on, let me Google where does AOAO come from again? I can't remember what culture it is. AOAO, South American, of course, South American. From South American mythology, with the curse songs of Tai. Oh, yeah, okay. Is one of the central anyway, that's what I got it from. So I've just pretty much taken everything from mythology ever and thrown them together, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's coming together really nicely, you know. Yeah, Capri's. We do have Capri's. Let me go down at the side. You guys can't see it. Let's see. Where are we? Down to A, B, C, D, E, F. Oh, I haven't put K in yet. Sorry. No, have I put K? Oh, I do. H, I. No, I haven't. I've only got down to. I've only done to H, so I have. So I don't have cat. I haven't added them yet. What I'm doing is we've been adding in the monster, doing the description, and then here, like this is actually something else. I only started working on this the other night. So you know the way in almost every mythology, there is like Frankenstein monsters. Like, oh, it had the head of a lion, it had the head of a bear, and then the arms of this and things of that, and you know what I mean. So we made like a Frankenstein's monster generator. So, you know, you roll d20, what type of head is it? Human, lion, bear, hyena, crocodile, fish, shark, snake, insectoid, wolf, ape, bull, goat, lizard, bat, hawk, owl, deer, horse. I couldn't think of what to give a horse. I'll be honest with you guys. And then dinosaur, T-Rex, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and Brontosaurus. You know? At the minute, I don't think we got Catboys. I'm going to be straight up. But I haven't really done the abilities per se. I've just been writing down like what would that ability give you. So the head, you get all this type of stuff. Arms, what would you get? For instance, human arms, use of weapons, claws, fins, snakes, lol. Sorry, snake dude. Lol. How do you type? What is this? You know what I mean? I don't, you know. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Bill hooves. So again, hooves, you get a bonus to running. I suppose a bite. Yeah, sure. You know what? I'll put the bite in, but I don't think it's gonna be the strongest bite. But then Garbu's gonna argue with me. Actually, a horse's bite is very strong, James. I'll have you know. It's like, okay, Garbu. Okay. But yeah, I've been working on that. I haven't really done much in it. I've just kind of like thrown out ideas. But it's so common for like monsters from mythology to be done like this. I was like, oh, why? Instead of doing each one individually, I'm just going to cut them all and make this instead. So I think that's a better way to do it. I think people would enjoy that a bit better, you know? That's kind of the idea behind it anyway, you know? But yeah, this is coming together really well. I don't want to show you guys the document too much because I don't think it's really ready to show off to people. Mechanical benefit to swim. Yeah, well, that would be the arms or the body. You know, so the way I'm doing it is if you got a torso, then, for instance, humans be able to wear armor, you would have the HP of the lion stat block, or you'd have the bear, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. Crocodile, you would get armor scaled, like a dedicated armor to that, and their HP. You know, you guys get what I'm trying to go for. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be actually a pretty cool generator once it's all said and done. But I only started working on it like last night or the night before, and it was more just throwing ideas out. You know what I mean? The arms, well, yeah, well, I just haven't put them in yet. But like, I mean, fins is gonna be. Oh, pardon me. Fins is really the default. Like the grape horse from Berserk. Yeah, what? You know what? I've seen the picture. I know what it looks like, but I have no idea what the leap horse is all about. I've actually, I really, you know, the thing is, I need to watch Berserk because the amount of people have told me it's like, no, James, you would actually really love it. And I'd be like, right, okay, I'll give it a go. And then I've never actually got around to doing it. I really should just do it at this point. Yeah, there you go. I should probably call this Man Bear Pig Generator instead of Frankenstein Monster Generator. But yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like so far. I think I might be biting off more than I can chew. Specifically, oh, did you? That's good. That's good. I think I'm biting off more than I can chew with some of the monsters, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. I think by spending the time making a system, and then I can just focus on making settings and adventures, and all that other fun stuff. Because honestly, I want people to just be able to like buy the core rules. And I'm at the minute the monster manual is going to have to be a separate book. It's just going to have to be. No, I'm not. I've hardly drank. Hold on. Oh, let me see. I don't have any lights on. I'll turn my light on. Oh, is this gonna work? Oh, I do have a light. Let's see. Let me turn on webcam. There we go. There we go. I've hardly drank. You know what I mean? I'm only a wee bit in. So there we go. Horse gets possessed by a demon. Well, I was thinking about goat having some for my psychic ability. Oh, here, let me guys show you the magic at the minute. So the magic I think is pretty cool. I don't really want to get too much into it. Watch the original anime, the Golden Arc movies, and then after read the mangas. See, me and Megan were in a comic book shop the other day, and they had this like really nice looking Berserk book. But again, see, lifting up like an anime book for the first time, it's so weird it being like back to front. You know what I mean? It's like the car, like the way they lead weird. I don't know. I don't know. Come on, England, score some fucking goals. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the magic system, so I don't really want to go too much into it and show you guys. You know what? I'll show you the divination. I'll show you the necromancy. Yeah, sure. I'll show you the necromancy. No, divination. I think I'm happier with divination at the minute personally. So divination is the attempt to gain insight into the question or situation by way of any occult, standardized practice or ritual. Diviners and assertions are in their interplanetary of how big words am I like, guys? Either way, Skyen, I've tried to make it so a lot of the spells are more. How would I explain this? I've tried to make the spells a bit more, not user friendly, but more roleplay heavy. Does that make sense? Like, for instance, if you know the spell, you know the spell type of thing. I've kind of done them a bit differently. You know what? Nah, this isn't ready to really show to people. I don't think so yet. I really like the demonology is actually a pretty good one as well. Can't wait to play the gas station. Oh yeah, so I need to put up actually. Reading manga is disorientating for maybe 10 minutes, then it becomes natural. It's not hard so long as you put in the most minimal effort. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I didn't open up the book. I just kind of looked at it. It was like it felt so weird with the binding on the other side of my hand. You know what I mean? It was just I don't know. It didn't feel right. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's something else. I should bring up. So I'll put up the webcam for just a wee minute here. So, well, guys. So I got this here. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Hold on. So I got this book, right? And it's gonna be my next book for reviewing. I think it's really funny. I think it's worth checking out. However, the guy that wrote it sent me. So I bought the first book. This is the second book in the series, by the way. There's 3 books in the trilogy. I bought the first book in the trilogy, and then I did a review, and I was talking to him, and then he said he would give me. He just give me the full trilogy for like a very very good discount, but he gave me the third book or the first book again. So I've got the first shelf book. I'm just thinking about doing like a giveaway, but how do you guys want to do it? Like, how should I give away one of these books? They're thick, That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like, I don't have. I'm using that as a thingy at the minute because the books are really well put together, but they don't have a fucking book stop in them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's big, dirty, heavy book. You know, but I've got one book, as I say, sitting here that. There we go. I've got one book that extra that I'm going to do as a giveaway. How should I give away this book? You know, how should I do it? I don't really know. I don't really know. You know. What time is it? It's coming up to an hour. So yeah, I think I'll just finish up by really like, you know, like, it's free. Oh, here, by the way, so see if you, I'm just gonna bring this screen over here, Slam, because I can. So see if you go over here, right, and you, god damn it, right, is this gonna work? So see if you go down below, right, and you got the feedback form, right, you just click that down below, and all you gotta do is, what do you think works and what do you don't like, and if you can solve the issue, let us know, like, what did I fuck up in this book and where did I go wrong and how would you have done it differently, you know what I mean? That's pretty much what I'm looking. I just really need feedback. See, the problem that I've got with pretty much everything that I do, hold on, let me pull that away there. It's really hard to get feedback. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of hard to get feedback. So please, just let us know what you think. Even if you don't have much to say, it would be great just to get that feedback, just to get an idea of what your guys' thoughts and feelings are about the book. Do you think it's moving in the right direction? Do you think it's gonna? Do you think, like, you know? So the way I'm doing it is this this thing here. This is always going to be free. I think there's only going to be a couple of more updates. I'm very much happy with the way it is at the minute. But if you think otherwise, I really need to hear about that and, you know, really take that in, because the problem is, whenever I run games, I'm mostly running games for, like, fans. You know what I mean? People that watch the channel, you know, and it's very hard to say if they just like, oh, you know, I gotta play a game with this guy that I watch online, and, you know, he was actually pretty dead on, you know, and we got chatting and all that, and you know what I mean. I would love some, like, actual, like, you know, and that's not to say that people didn't enjoy it. It's just I think it's hard to get, like, genuine, like, really like, it's not all about positive feedback. I really need bad feedback. You know what I mean? I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to hear praises about the book, because from what I've gathered, people seem to really enjoy it, and I'm happy for that. But I also, I want to hear why people dislike it, or if there's anything at all that you would be like, I wish that was done differently. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much what I'm looking for when I have friends to play with. Maybe I'll review it. Might take a while though. Oh well, you see, that's where I'm going to. So I've been really bad at this, right? But I have a Neat Games tabletop RPG group Discord. Now, Discord's absolutely trash, yes, and I probably shouldn't keep this up on screen, but I've been trying and trying to organize. I really need to get this set up. I really do. I need to set up a dedicated, like, day that I can just play. You know what I mean? Yeah, dedicated day for, like, test plays and stuff. So if you're interested, check that out. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and edit that. I'll edit the description here. So, test play server. There we go. That's in the description. Nice. What is? It's just, you know, you guys get what I'm trying, where I'm coming from, you know, and hopefully it all comes together, and I want to make a cool book. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. But I just need feedback. You know, that's about it. Is there anything else I should really bring up, or is there anything you guys need to know? Hold on, Ozzy's coughing like mad. Here, 1 second. Oh, hold on. I might actually have to go check on him here. 1 second, guys. Hold on, I'll be with you. All right, the second I get up, the second he stops coughing. There we go. Oh, that'll be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Like honestly, and again, like so we got that test play server, and then we do have a looking for group server. I think it's like like the looking for group server is kind of cursed. Not gonna lie. There's something about it that kind of glues, but at the same time, I mean, it works. It does the job. There is definitely a lot of people that are like like if I go on here, you can find this. If you all you need to do is find our link tree. I'll put in. I'll just go ahead invite people. I'll put that into the chat here now. Yeah, my child's coughing, and I want to go check him. So yeah, what DM game advert. Looking for players. When was that? The 11th. So that was a couple of days ago. Looking for players. What's this one? Looking for players. That's Thingy. So it is. He's actually in the chat. He was talking earlier, so he was. Again, you know what I mean? Like, there's always games going up, and then there's players looking for groups. If you want to like advertise yourself, if you really like, this is what I'd be interested in. I'm looking for, Diz H23 team. GMT times that you're available, what have you played, what are you interested in, any preferences, and then player like DM thingies can just like DM you. You know what I mean? I think that's not a bad way to go about it. But yeah, you guys get it. Hopefully, let's see who's joined. Who are we gonna bully? He's this. Server. Just be sure to turn off at everyone. There's not half as many. There's nowhere near that many ad everyone's as the main server. For God's sake, there's nowhere near that. So yeah, if you're like one of these people that like, just can't find groups online, you know what I mean, or there's nowhere to play nearby, or you just don't know anyone, I would say check that out. You know what I mean? I would say check that out. Is there anything else I should bring up before I finish up? I think that's pretty much everything. Again, this is the problem whenever I do like updates or trying to tell people about stuff, because whenever you do updates, YouTube may as well be messages in a bottle. You know what I mean? And I just hope you guys find out about it. You know what? If you guys might, oh no, I'm gonna show you guys something. Wait, do you see this? Wait, do you see this? So right on Twitter, right? So, I post this new niche job opportunities, right? AI generates woman successfully tricks a Reddit user into paying for her nudes. Wait do you see who liked it? Wait do you see who liked it? This is fucking Varge. Varge liked my post today. I thought that was oh my god, I thought it was the funniest shit ever. So yeah, Varge liked my post. He doesn't, I follow him, but he doesn't follow me. But yeah, I'm trying to use Twitter more and more with the whole thing with Elon. I try to use update. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. I get it. If you guys aren't into Twitter, I'm not really into Twitter, but I am trying to use it more and more. And yeah, no, it's real, man. It's real. But yeah, Verge liked my post, so he did. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was like, what? So there you go. There you go. Sadly, he doesn't follow me, but he follows a good few people that I know. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Let's see. Who do I actually know? I know this. I know a couple of guys. I know these guys. There's a ton of OSR guys that I talk to that the Verge follows. So you know what I mean? One of those ones. But I thought it was really funny. I probably shouldn't be going down Verge's following list on a fucking live stream though. Do you? See, that's the thing. YouTube Shorts, again, messages and bottles. There's a lot of people that I know that just don't care about YouTube Shorts at all. And a lot of people, again, they're not going to sit down and watch an hour-long live stream video. You know what I mean? It's just hard. So I think I'm just going to try and use Twitter and, like, screen caps and stuff like that onto, like, other social media. Because it's just kind of not a great way of keeping up to speed. The only other way that I've got is emails, with the thingy. So like if you just go on there and then you go down here, subscribe, just throw your email address in, and you know, what a crazy gift. Become an eagle and fake your own nudes to sell. I know, man. This is an ultimate new neat opportunity. What are you doing, wasting your time like working like a normal job whenever you could be doing this instead? Like, honest to God, guys. Like, like what are you playing at? What's your excuse now for not like living up the neat lifestyle? Whenever you can make AI waifus, you can make AI waifus, and you can make letters pay. Imagine living off letter money. Oh my god, oh my god! Please let us be true. I think that's pretty cool. Also they're fixing the hands. They're making like people hide the hands a lot more because normally hands that give away AI art or AI, like they're just not very good at it yet. But I still think it's kind of funny. That's a good one. You know. If only he knew how bad things really were. Yeah. Oh, that's one other thing. One other thing. Writing an artist, writing in a magazine soon. So I'm gonna show you guys the magazine. So this is Mad Scribe magazine. Let's see. I'll zoom out a bit. Yeah, there we go. So Mad Scribe magazine. I was talking to the guy that runs it. He says he's a fan of the channel. I was asking him to see if I could like put an advert in it in his magazine, like for like the models or whatnot. And he actually asked me. It's like, well, I've been a fan of the channel for a while, and yeah, we'll definitely put that in. But I was wondering, he says he's having a hard time to get people that do models. Like, he would really like to find painters and 3D printers and all that. So I think I'm gonna write an article on this guy, something similar to what this guy did, where it was cartography. So I think I'm gonna do something very similar, like how to get into it and some basic advice on how to go about it. So we'll see what happens if I end up writing in this magazine. And they've got some interesting guys. They've got RPG Pundit, who if you don't watch him on YouTube, I would highly recommend. He's the only like YouTube channel that's like strictly RPG related that I would actually watch like every video that he posts. So that's nice. They got Grim Jim. Grim Jim's he's a bit of a weird guy, not gonna lie, but he's doing the formatting for Garbrude's book. They've got a few other ones, so they're not afraid of controversy, because both of them two guys I was spoken about are almost rappers when it comes to like RPG writing. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, we'll see what happens. I'm not getting paid for it. Well, I don't think I'm getting paid for it. But he asked me if I was interested in writing an article. I was like, yeah, that would actually be really cool. Because the thing is, like, I think, like, for me, I'm very nostalgic about, see, old White Dwarf magazines, man. Oh my god, I loved old White Dwarf magazines. Also, this is a quarterly book, by the way, so there's only going to be 4 magazines a year, which I think keeps it to like a good level, so you're not getting like constantly bombarded. That, and also, let's be serious, the idea of like magazines in this day and age, it's kind of you know what I mean. The idea of magazines is just not really a thing that exists as much. Jim is a solid creator. His videos all over the place. Yeah, they are. I think the thing is, he seems pretty good, very competent at what he does. It's just, what I love about Jim is everyone fucking hates him online, and I kind of take that as like a metric for the more someone hates you, the more based you play are. They're like, the more likely it's like, yeah, he's probably actually really not half as bad as what. Like, the more like the more people that you see absolutely gurn about you online, it's like, yeah, that's probably gonna be all dog shit, isn't it? But I'll just flick through the magazine and show you guys. Mad Scribe, check it out. You get it on drive through. I bought it, so I did. I'm still waiting on the physical copy to come in. What did Grim do? There should be more to old school D&D. There should be more to old school than D&D, sorry. Lots of logos, talking about AI art and all that type of stuff. We got ourselves a thingy, a advert, so that's what I was kind of looking to do. Oh, there's actually a thingy. I'll put it in. Yeah, there's an adventure in the back of this book, so I might talk to the guy and see if I can. Oh yeah, and then they've also got like cosplay and stuff like that. Gaining stream, especially in the Yeah, I think they're kind of cool. There's something. See, the thing is, I loved White Dwarf magazines back in the day. Like, I really did. I honestly, I thought they were like the best thing ever. So, wait, it's just like an article that you hold in your hand, like some kind of physical media made of paper. Yeah, yeah, I know. But the thing is, they're like a dead medium now. The idea of like magazines are dead. So I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. The guy asked me, it's like, yeah, what? Because I just wanted to put an advert in, asking if you'd be interested in doing an advert. But he's like, well, you do the 3D printing, so do you want to like write an article about it? I was like, yeah, sure, actually, yeah, I'll give it a go, and I might give him a thingy, so I might. So look, we'll see how it turns out. I have no idea. Um, if I'm going to end up liking it. I think I will because I'm kind of excited for it. I think it would be a cool thing to get involved in. You know what I mean? I think it would be cool. You know what I mean? So and look, you never know what might happen. But that knows I was a really big fan of these sort of like see White Dwarf magazines, and even like I never read them at the time. I only read them later on, like dungeon magazines and all that. Fuck man, it's cool. Like I miss it. I really do. Like see physical shit like this. See, the thing is, like, see, like, what? I don't know. There was something really cool about magazines, like in the early noughties, and I just kind of miss it. So, like, that's where I'm gonna finish up, I think, because I don't really have anything else to say or anything else that's like really in like the pipeline. Well, I do have other stuff in the pipeline, but I feel like it's just too early for me to actually like talk about them. You know what I mean? PDF version of Zines or something I'd pick up regularly. I know Blue Games does one whip that I'm sub to. That's not too bad for $2. So I did buy it. But it's coming in. It's just because the like when you buy it, the PDFs instantly, and I have to wait like a week and a half for the magazine to come in. You know what I mean? But I still think it's kind of cool. And of course, yeah, you get a wee adventure as well in the back of the magazine. I think the magazine is like it's like a tenner or like 15 quid or something. But I'll let you guys know about that more whenever if I do end up writing an article in it, because I don't know, I just think it would be really cool. You know what I mean? I'm kind of excited. I didn't really think I would get excited for something like this, even though like I don't think I'm actually going to make any money, or it's not going to be like a thing. You know what I mean? It's not going to be anything like really that important, but like I don't know. I think it would just be really cool to get involved with. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Well, you never know. You never know. Um, but yeah, I'm going to put on my webcam. So how much do I have left? Better not have a woman with a fake arm in the lower gyms, like Battlefield. What do you take me for, Potato Boy? You missed all that. So I've only like halfway through my buckfast. Oh. Um, no, I've still got loads left, so I do. So we're all good. Yeah, no, don't worry about that, Potato Boy. But I am putting in some stupid stuff. But look, that's where I think I'm gonna finish up. I'll fin- I'll finish up with just what do you guys see? Have any of you guys seen any of this stuff? Per Jimmy, man, per Jimmy. Fuck. Oh Jesus, I don't really know how much I want to talk about that. Because it's just such a. Oh, I feel for the boy. You know what I mean? It must be hard. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Bucky, or you like that? Do you? So anyway, look, that's where I think I'm gonna finish up. So I am. Again, look, please feedback, Mister. Yeah, yeah. What happened? I will. You know what? I will show you guys Twitter. You know what? I'm not actually gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna show you guys some screenshots. So, bum. So, do you guys know? Uh, there we go. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Imagine going from that to that. You know, that's Guys, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I talk about that, I don't want to like get involved in that and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But at the same time, fuck, man, you can't say it's not sad. You know, you can't say it's not sad. Cyberpunk led, yay or may, especially compared to 2020. Saw a bunch of people fighting in your Discord about it. Uh, Honestly, so I've got yeah, yeah, culture. um I will say that I have the starter box for Cyberpunk Red, and I only have the PDFs for Cyberpunk 2020. I do really like, you know, what it comes to. See, when it comes to rules, I'm not really that well versed when it comes to the Cyberpunk um like editions. You know what I mean? But what I will say is, Cyberpunk 2020 has one of the best supplement books that I would really recommend checking out if you get the chance, which would be this one here. See the Home of the Brave. It's a really good book. Yeah, you can pick it up for like a tenner. There you go. I would say honestly check that out. It's a really good book. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I would say it's probably one of my favorite like supplement books that I've came across. You know, so if you get the chance, I would say check that out. And I think you can get it on like print on demand, but you can get you can get copies off eBay for like cheap. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, I think that's where we're gonna. Oh, you know what? I'll show you guys one other thing that you know, here. Like, here. I'm not gonna point at anyone here, right? But who gives a fuck if Mr. Beast's friend is trans? The problem here is that he is teaching this shit to his son. What the fuck? So this is where I think I'll finish up. So Tucker's an only child, and you know, if them shoes fit perfectly, so they had to have been bought. Yeah, would that be fair to say? You don't just like, he's an only child, so it's not like it's his sister's shoes. He doesn't have a twin. He doesn't have, you know, it's not like they're his mum's. They perfectly fit. They perfectly fit. What's that about? Um, Tucker chose to slay this morning. If it was a child playing dress up, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if the, you know, little boy, like, you know, he's like 1, 2, he's walking about with his mesh shoes on. You know what I mean? That, who cares? It's ridiculous. But they fit perfectly. They fit perfectly. That's all I'm gonna say. So they had been specifically bought for them, you know, and yeah, I think there's something's a wee bit, something's not quite right there. Yeah, it's a bit odd. That's all I'm gonna say. I think there's something quite strange going on there. Although, let me just. You know what? I'll show you guys one other one before we go. Oh, is this gonna come up? Okay, you know what? I'll finish up with the good stuff. There you go. Let's see, is that gonna work? Yeah, there we go. Nothing gets my knob like cranking like some like. Come on, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, yeah, I think this, yeah. And then what was that, 2016? This is from, you know, that's 2016. This is back whenever, you know, people were getting cancelled in 2016. You know what I mean? Like, 2016 was not 2012. Whenever, you know, it was all about being as like outrageous as possible. All about, you know what I mean? This is 2016. This isn't 20. Like, if it was 2009, I wouldn't think anything of this. You know what I mean? I would not think anything of it if it was posted in 2009. However, this is much later in time. Oh, wait. There's one more. There's one more. One more. Um, Bonus fidget spinner to really throw in some extra autism. Yeah, he's a Shad fan. Um, Shout out to Shad Base for having a safe for work drawn today. Accidentally pulled his website up on stream. Okay, that's that's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna finish up. I don't really. I feel like it's better to just like not say anything and just like show you guys and be like, this is a thing that exists. That's also a thing that exists. That's also a thing that exists. I'm like, hmm. So I'm not gonna talk about this in like any normal video. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Like that's where we're gonna end. I don't think there's actually any, as far as I'm aware, I don't think there's any actual videos talking about this sort of stuff. There's no like everyone's only talking about like the whole trans thing, but no one's actually talking about any of this sort of stuff. Where it's like bit sus here. Um, this is a whole other. Yeah, exactly. It really is. So like that's where I'm gonna have to love yous and leave you guys. Just because this the stream really wasn't for talking about that, but like I think like I feel like I'll be doing you guys a misjustice by not bringing it up just because it's like hold up here. You hold up. What you doing with all that over there? Yeah, and also I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube because like let's be serious, Mr. Beast is like the you know what I mean, most popular channel on YouTube by a big margin. Like every video they put out gets hundreds of millions of views. You know what I mean? I don't know. See, talking about this sort of stuff, it's kind of sketch. You know what I mean? It's gonna probably get you into a lot of trouble with YouTube on the back end. It's probably not worth talking about, and that's why I think in Africa a minute passes together. Yeah, good night. Yeah, talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.